I've always kind of suffered a bit with depression from quite a young age, of like trying to figure out who I was at school. Even though I loved school, like trying to fit in.
Even though I did have a really tight group of friends as a teenager, I doubted myself, especially when it came to how I looked and my weight. Even though I was only a size 8, the self-doubt built up, and towards the end of my school years, I started to suffer from depression.
I always felt like I was the fattest friend, even though I wasn't, but I always felt like I was the biggest. I never fit in like all my friends' clothes, things were tight, always worrying about being liked, I think. I think that definitely.
But that's part of being a teenager in high school, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think till I got to like, I think year 8, I really like started to enjoy school, went through like a bit of bullying, bit of this, bit of that, nothing enough to knock me down. It's not till really Nan passed, and then I realised how what this pain felt like, but 100 times more. I think when Nan died, that was the lowest. I remember thinking, I don't want to be here. If she's not here, I do not want to live. Like, I don't want to breathe. So I think that was when I was like absolutely rock bottom. Like, I remember thinking, if I don't wake up in the morning, everyone will be better off, because I can't live like this.
See, I didn't really know how much Nan's death affected you that much, because obviously I was suffering as well, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Because she was my mum.
And I think that also, not your fault, but I think seeing my mum so sad reflected on me as well. And I think it was very hard. I was in my last year of school doing my GCSEs, I was very stressed. Nan was dying, you weren't there, not your own fault of your own, you had to go look after Nan, and I knew that. But like, me and Dad didn't have a great relationship, I never wanted to be at home, I cried all the time.
I was angry with myself for feeling sad. I was angry that I was wanting my mum with me when obviously I was breathing, I was fine, I was healthy, but I don't know, I still wanted her, but that's why I made the decision not to say anything, because it was selfish of me.
Painful, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a pain. It's like when your lungs just feel like there's just something sat
heavy
on them. Like I always know when I'm feeling it, and I'm like, oh no, that feeling like something's taking over me, kind of thing. Like the heavy, the weight, the breath, like thinking, how can I do this? Do you know what I mean?
Listening to you talk like that about me not being there and you were going through that, I didn't realise just how sad it was.
I feel bad that I even told her in the first place. It's one of them things where I just think it made sense to tell her, because I was interviewing her, and it made sense that we'd tell each other the truth, but I kind of just don't want her to feel bad or feel a certain way now, like a regret. I just feel guilty.
She was lovely, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Aye. So lucky to have had her in our lives.
I know.
Yeah, I miss her terribly.
Do you remember the first time you met Jordan?
Vaguely.
It was shortly after my nan died that things started to look up again. I was 16 when I met Jordan, and he was my first love. We spent 24/7 together, more or less, from the day we met. And even though I was young, I knew straight away he was the one.
What was the attraction?
I remember seeing it was his birthday, and I was like, he's good looking. And then all my friends were like, put happy birthday, put happy birthday. So I just posted happy birthday on his wall, and then literally seconds, it was like Jordan Edwards, hi.
Yeah.
In my messages.
Yeah.
I was like,
And then that's where I remember you telling me. I think Jordan is very quiet, but he's still quiet now, isn't he, really?
Yeah.
When you think about it. I think you did talking for both of you.
The first time I met him, he didn't speak at all, There were like loads of us.
Is that because you couldn't get a word in?
No, because he was I didn't say anything either. I literally was the quietest person there, and so was he.
Yeah, sure. Well, if Jordan's a quiet person, how did you get the conversation going?
He's so not quiet on text. He was well confident, and then I met him and I thought, doesn't speak much.